Have you ever wanted anything so badly that it seemed bound to happen to you, like though it were always supposed to be yours? Desire is the initial stage in the manifestation process, but it isn't always enough to turn it into a reality. You also require belief, which is where the law of assumption enters in. Learning how to employ the law of assumption is essential if you want to take your manifestation talents to the next level. After all, it basically asserts that whatever you think to be true will become a part of your reality in the end. But what exactly is the law of assumption? If you've been following my videos, you'll be familiar with it, but if you're new, I'll describe it in layman's words. According to the law of assumption, if you believe you already have something, you will have it. By applying the law of assumption to your life objectives, you are effectively telling your mind towards assuming that everything you desire is already yours. Instead of thinking about what you want, you start to imagine how it might feel to already possess that. The law of assumption encourages you to feel the emotions of fulfillment as if you've already realized it. Setting aside time to experience and live the feelings of your accomplishments teaches you how to transmit that energy all around you. And simply applying the law of assumption as a consistent, unconscious part of your daily routine, you'll be amazed at how much powerful your manifestation powers will grow. In his book The Power of Awareness, Neville Goddard says, "You must assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled until your assumption has all the sensory vividness of reality. You must imagine that you are already experiencing what you desire. That is, you must assume the feeling of the fulfillment of your desire until you are possessed by it, and this feeling crowds all other ideas out of your consciousness. You can use the law of assumption to manifest anything in your life, but the majority of you are looking for a way to manifest your specific person. To manifest them, you can use the law of assumption in the following manner. The law of assumption as suggested by Neville must be strictly followed in order to manifest a specific person. It is insufficient to assume that he or she is madly in love with you. This is because, according to the law of assumption, what you think, feel, and believe will be manifested. Essentially, you are what your mental state says you are. No one in specific should be the subject of the assumption. However, you should be, according to the law of assumptions. Before the change to materialize, it should occur in your state of consciousness while you stick to the law. Assume that you are loved. Imagine that the characteristics you desire in a partner are already there in your reality. And feel the inner satisfaction that it has appeared, as instead of believing that the person you want desperately loves you and never wants to let go. By doing this, you assume the role as the manifestation's central focus as opposed to a SP. Use the law of assumption to your advantage, assuming you are with your SP and already benefiting from your relationship. Feel the feelings that you would feel when you are in a relationship with your SP. So, whatever you assume to be true becomes your reality. For instance, if you think you're not good enough, you'll make situations in your life that support that idea. On the other side, if you conceive of yourself as a strong and brilliant creator, you would also observe signs of it occurring in your life. Because it gives us the freedom to select what we think and then generates the accompanying reality in our physical world, the law of assumption is extremely potent. By carefully selecting what you want to believe and then seeing it as already real, you may take advantage of this law. As you do this, you start to draw in the people, circumstances, and experiences that support your new belief system. Also, remember that your day-to-day feelings forms up the assumptions, beliefs. So, the next time you notice yourself assuming, take a break and examine if you actually want that assumption to come true in your life. Make sure your assumptions are in line with what you actually want to attract if you want to create something wonderful. If you are new to the law of assumption and you have doubts about whether it is real or not, you may certainly put it to the test for yourself. Simply observe your thoughts and feelings as they arise during the day, and note how they relate to the events taking place in your life. It seems logical to me that the world around us is a tangible expression of our own consciousness, since the law of assumption is always at work for me. In other words, the reality we perceive is a mirror of the ideas and values we hold. This implies that in order to change the world, we must first alter our attitudes and beliefs. This is obviously easier said than done. It might be challenging to alter deeply established attitudes and beliefs in ourselves. It's time to reclaim your desire, and the law of assumption is your go-to approach for achieving your desired lifestyle. You may construct a world that reflects your desires by understanding the fundamental principles of how it works and applying that learning as a compass for your attitudes and behaviors. What must you do in order to begin? Choose what you want most from life, then start by thinking that you already have it. Take actions to bring about this new reality by envisioning it in your mind's eye. Are you eager to start creating the life you've always desired? If so, immediately start abiding to the law of assumption. Comment down below if you got the clarity. Subscribe if you liked this video. I will meet you with another golden nugget. Happy manifesting.